And this professional mixed martial arts rules bout will take place in the flyweight division and will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner. This evening taking part in his 3rd professional contest. He's representing Maverick Gym in England. Please welcome Laleye! And across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner. This evening making his professional debut, representing Crossface MMA in England, it's Garry the Tank Taylor!
So Rob, making his professional debut, Garry Taylor, Team Crossface. Dave Lee in the corner there, we've commentated on numerous times, against Laleye, who's had 2 professional fights, as we move into our big professional card tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is Garry making his pro debut, but you can be sure he'd have been well tested for this.
Well, Laleye looking to stay in the pocket and throw that jab sweetly. Testing Garry upright at the moment.
I like the movement from both guys, both in and out of range very nicely. It's good work. Laleye shoots, gets that takedown.
Yeah, it was good timing from Aaron, kept it upright, looked to be working with Garry and then went for the shoot. And we've seen tonight the importance of setting up that shoot to maximise your impact and minimise the damage on the way. And we've seen earlier with the amateurs who are less experienced getting caught on the way, and when they've just shot without any sort of setup. I thought Laleye was very patient there, Rob.
Yeah, it was good work by Laleye to get that takedown, but Taylor just wrapping him up nicely. He's locked the door on a closed guard.
And he's right in his own corner. He can listen to Dave Lee, who is talking continuously to him from this position. I think he's doing a pretty good job of tying Aaron up here, preventing damage. Those short little left hands, and he's rectifying that as well, keeping it in close and tight.
But Taylor, it looks as though he's had a little
He's cut though, Rob, you're right.
Yeah.
He's cut over that eye. That left hand has done the damage to the right eye. It's on the side of the eye, so it's not going to flow into it, which is a good thing. But that's not what you want early in the opening round. Dan Mulvahady had a quick look at the eye, but I said, as far as positioning goes, it's not bad at all.
Laleye trying to step through. Holds his position well. Taylor trying to work the rubber guard. Brings that leg up, but changes. And you're right, for Taylor, it's a good position to be in. He's got Dave Lee right in his ear off.
That's right. As I said, the cut's unfortunate, but as far as cuts go, it's not in a dangerous position. Unless, of course, Laleye can open it up further with that left hand. That's the only danger at the moment. But as you said, looking for that rubber guard. And this, I think Laleye's aware, obviously, of what he's done there. And he'll be looking to position that left hand or left elbow to drop again. And these are dangerous times for Garry Taylor in his debut.
Does well, gets that leg out. That leg was causing problems, but he's managed to get it out now. Moves into full guard. Laleye just pops a naughty little shot in on that eye. Chops down with the elbow now.
Yes, it's dangerous times for Taylor. As I said, that elbow is coming across now, and the movement of that elbow across is a cutting motion there, Rob. He's not just dropping it straight down, he's bringing it across as well. That can open up the cheek, the forehead, and that can end a fight immediately. We've seen it so many times across the years.
Many, many times. As soon as it hits that area just around the forehead where there's no flesh, it's just skin and bone, you know, it can really pull you open.
And Laleye's doing a very good job. He's taking his time, he's patient, but he's being hurtful with these shots when he gets the freedom to throw them. And this is, again, it just shows the difference in the program when you can bring these strikes in from the elbow here. Devastating if they land properly.
Referee Dan Mavahidi breaks them up. Back to their feet.
And you can hear Dave Lee. I think he wants a takedown in retribution from Garry. He'll know that Aaron Laleye will have scored heavily with that takedown, and he worked well to open up that eye. So we need a big finish from Taylor in the side this last 40 seconds now.
Yeah, Taylor moving well. Good hands. Laleye, that long jab. Taylor.
Look for the little uppercut as well there, Rob, as it was coming through. So he's still a very dangerous opponent stood in front of Garry Taylor, and I think with the last 20 seconds of the opening round and that knee as well, Laleye will have said, well, I think I've got this opening round, and he's got a good shout for it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I think that's a fair assessment. I think looking at it from a judge's perspective, you can see how it would favour Laleye. End of the first.
Well, Taylor, I said, it's not a particularly dangerous cut. Nobody likes to be cut, especially in the opening round like that. But I always feel just getting back to your corner at the end of that first round, you've still got a chance. All the corner asks, all Dave Lee will ask is the chance to work on him, give him the tactics, get him doing something different. But for my part, I thought Aaron Laleye was very patient, equally good as Taylor upright, but when they got to the ground, I was impressed, Rob, with his shot choice, the way he waited for his moves. He dropped those elbows, then he dragged those elbows across in the cutting motion as well. And it was a long time before Dan finally stood them up. So I think we're both agreed, for us, if we were judging, that would be a red corner opening round.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty spot on, to be fair, Malk. I think that's a good, fair assessment.
Now Garry, for his part, will have got those first round nerves out of his system. I mean, we know it won't be his first bout, but your first pro bout, it says something. He'll have got those first round nerves out of the way. He'll have talked to his corner. Let's see how he adapts now for this, the second of potentially 3 rounds.
Well, Laleye pacing in his own corner just before they got started again.
And again, as you can see, Rob, happy to stay in the pocket with Garry, Aaron Laleye, and last time.
Oh, that was nice. Nice clipping shot from Laleye with the toes. Just clipped the chin.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's happy to stay in the pocket here. He's happy to trade. And then we saw when he finally went to go to ground, it was nicely set up. But Taylor putting the pressure on just that bit more now here in the second.
Slightly out of range there. Laleye making the distance, getting the better range of the two.
Well, you can see Garry just hinting there that he might want to go for the shoot, so he still works the hand. Bit of kidology going on. But for me, Aaron Lalaye's kept his shape and his form well here at the beginning of the second. And at the moment, for me, it is taking the upright battle.
Yeah, it was a good little movement there. Left jab, left hook. Laleye looking comfortable.
That's the term, Rob. He's comfortable there in the pocket. He's working well on the counter. He's not falling for the feints, and again steps back away from that right hand over the top, working the body with his own shots. He's in his comfort zone at the moment, chops at the lead leg of Garry Taylor. And again, Dave Lee in the corner said yes, but that right we saw just slipped by Aaron Laleye and stays in the pocket again.
Taylor clipping left up.
But you can see how Laleye is happy to stay in that pocket with him, always in range. He slips and slides so that when he slides, he's still in range to throw his own shots back, just like that left and right.
That was nice, that to the body, then over the top.
And again, at the moment, he's anticipating well what Taylor's going to throw. And again, it was his timing. And these, for me, are key moments for judges when you look at the upright. And then who gets the takedown? It's Aaron Laleye again. It's been a good performance so far from the man from the red corner.
You can hear Taylor's corner frustrated. Laleye able to dominate.
Yeah, they're screaming at him to walk the fence, but Laleye is not allowing that. This is again another solid dominant position, Rob.
Good work by Laleye, just postures up nicely, uses that one hand.
When he frees the hand, he drops the elbow, either vertically or, as said, in that sword-like movement to cut out that can cut you open. And we're inside the last 2 minutes again, and really Garry Taylor needs a big 2 minutes here.
Laleye grinding performance, just gets on top.
There's postures up and just drops that little left elbow.
Yeah, Laleye just very comfortable. See the way he just uses his leg to try and escape there.
Well, he doesn't need to do much more, Rob. I mean, as long as he keeps working the ground and pound and Dan's happy. The trouble for Garry Taylor is, although he's minimising damage, he's still in defensive mode, which is not getting points from the judges here. This is what the judges are seeing. Laleye, as I said, he's busy enough so that Dan Mulvaheydi's happy, and he's the one scoring the points.
Big elbow, big hammer fist. Laleye really laying down some heavy shots.
And again, it's been a tough second round for Garry Taylor in his pro debut. The little shoulder drop as well from Laleye, who's done very little wrong across these opening 2 rounds. It's, you know, all credit to him. It's not just about Garry Taylor's performance. It's not that he's doing anything wrong. It's that he's got an opponent who I think whose shot choice and decision making has been spot on over these opening 2 rounds.
Yeah, he's definitely controlling and dominant and making life miserable for Taylor as he fires elbows and hammer fists. Referee looking on closely.
And again, it's important with the timing inside that last 30 seconds. He's telling the judges as he looks to trap that hand, almost got the crucifix there, Aaron Laleye, and it's a strong finish to the second round as well here for the man in the red corner.
Looking for that guillotine on the bell. Yeah, a very dominant round for Laleye. I mean, I don't know how else we can put that. He pretty much dominated it from the outset. He kept control. He never really looked in too much trouble. Good performance.
Well, that was the thing, Rob. You're right there. And for me, what was key was that he dictated the pace where and when. He was happy to stand and trade with Garry Taylor and didn't look out of place. But then at a certain point in the round, he says, right, let's go to ground. And when he did, he was totally dominant. So you as a judge, you're looking. The stand-up, they're both pretty even, but Lalaye's still catching your eye. He takes the shoot, lands it, and then is in total control. And that was the difference for me.
Yeah, I think, you know, again, that's a fair assessment, Malcolm. Taylor's got to do a lot of work in this round. He's got to pull it out of the bag, but standing in front of him is that very tough man.
And Garry Taylor's corner actually said, this is where we go now. This is where we go to work. They know he needs a big third round and almost certainly a stoppage.
Mutual respect that we always love to see. And there they go, straight into it. Garry knows he needs to push the pace in this round. There's no sitting back.
He needs to land cleanly, Rob, and Laleye knows that, and so he did the right thing. Why risk it, as he did in the second round when he was happy to stand and trade? Why risk that one clean shot clipping you when you've been so dominant on the ground? For me, this has been the difference between the two men. Aaron Laleye has shown ways to make sure that his game plan works, and he's doing it again now. All the time that Garry Taylor has to work to get out of this position, he's not scoring points.
That's right, and of course Dan Mulvaheydi looking on closely. Laleye literally just has to keep moving, keep throwing shots, hold this position, and he'll pick up the W.
And I think, again, very smart tactics. He's been very good in this position, and the variety of his work, which we're now seeing the knees added to that arsenal. And Taylor needs a sense of urgency, and you can see him trying to get out now, but the more he's having to fight defensively, the less he's taking the round, and this is a nightmare for him. And I repeat, it's not that he's done anything wrong. It's been the tactics of his opponent.
Definitely. I mean, even there you can see he's trying to scramble to his feet, trying to fight his way up, but he's finding it very difficult. Laleye with good weight distribution, just control him from this position.
And as you said, just showing Dan Mulvahady enough to stay down there, letting that left hand loose when he gets the opportunity. We've seen him drop the knees, and then we've seen the short downward or chopping elbows as well. And it'll be so frustrating for Garry Taylor at the end of these 3 rounds in his professional debut.
And you can see Laleye just dropping those nasty little elbows. And like you say, Melk, he hasn't got to throw huge, big bombs. He's just got to control this for another few minutes. You can hear Taylor's corner calling for him to get up, but again, Laleye just hooks the leg, rolls him back.
And again, everybody knows what he needs to do, but tiredness fitting in as well. And I think Dan Mulvahady's seen enough. It's a good call, because although he knew what to do, the fatigue, and look at the sportsmanship there of Laleye picking his man up, but the fatigue, it's one thing to know what to do, but the constant pressure, the fatigue setting in, he wasn't in a position to do that. And I think that's a brilliant call from Dan Mulvahady. You said yourself they weren't really hurtful, but they were cumulative now, weren't they, Rob? They
were, and I mean, it's a silly thing to say, but if you're getting slammed in the face with an elbow like that, we have to look after your safety first, and yeah, he might have covered up and only 60% of it might have been, it doesn't matter, at the end of the day, these fighters have got to fight another day.
And that, for us, as I said, without the stoppage, was a controlling performance from Aaron Laleye. Not the debut that Garry Taylor would have wanted, but a very slick performance from your winner in the red corner.
And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for both of these men, please. And with 2 minutes and 21 seconds completed of the 3rd round, your winner by way of TKO, fighting out of the red corner, Aaron Laleye.